Hello, and welcome to our webinar this afternoon on exercise basics. As a reminder, to receive rewards points, please remember to go in and complete the questions following this presentation. So no matter if you are new to exercise or a seasoned pro, everyone can benefit from reviewing the basics of exercise and learning how to build and stick with an exercise routine. Be mindful that you should consult your doctor before beginning any new exercise or physical activity routine. Today, we are going to talk about why exercise is good for us, how to get started, and how to maintain consistency over time. To start us off, let's review why we should be making an effort to exercise regularly. Exercise helps you to be physically active, and physical activity provides many short and long-term health benefits. What is physical activity? Physical activity includes any movements made throughout your day. These can be structured or unstructured. Exercise is considered structured physical activity, such as brisk walking, dancing, doing yoga, or even doing hands-on yard work. Often, exercise is in addition to your normal baseline activity level. This is very individualized since everyone is unique in their baseline activity level. When it comes to physical activity, every little bit counts and is better than not being active at all. However, additional health benefits occur as the time or intensity of physical activity increases. In the short term, benefits we can expect to receive from exercise include improved muscular strength, improved biometric measurements such as blood pressure, blood cholesterol, and blood sugar levels, better sleep quality such as falling asleep quicker and waking up more rested, improved self-esteem and confidence, and increased energy levels, which can impact our productivity at home and at work. Regular exercise can also help us to relieve stress, reduce anxiety and tension, and experience less smoking withdrawal symptoms if we are trying to quit. Exercise enriches our lives by allowing us to interact with others, whether it be outside, at a gym, a fitness class, or a sports game. Social exercise can be a great source of fun and community. Many experience the feel-good endorphins that are released as a result of exercise, which is shown to boost our mood and make us feel happier. Over time, the benefits of regular physical activity continue to grow. We still get all the short-term benefits that we just discussed, but we start to experience the long-term benefits as well. In the long term, exercise helps our brains to function better, helps us to better manage our weight, stay physically fit, and prevent falls as we age. Exercise is also linked to the decreased risk of many chronic diseases that can severely impact our quality of life, including heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, and help to combat depression. Based on the known benefits of exercise and the risks of being physically inactive, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services developed these recommendations for physical activity. The physical activity guidelines are intended to help individuals prevent chronic disease and maintain health over time. These guidelines are recommended to maximize the health benefits associated with exercise and align with the recommendations provided by the American Heart Association. At least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity activity is recommended each week. This can be distributed throughout the week in whatever way works best for you. Many people choose to aim for 30 minutes of moderately intense exercise 5 days a week or 25 minutes of vigorously intense exercise 3 days a week. We will go over what counts as moderate and vigorous activity in more detail on the next slide. In addition to aerobic exercise, the Physical Activity Guidelines also recommends total body strength training at least 2 times a week on non-consecutive days. Strength training helps us to maintain our muscular strength as we age or as we lose weight, and helps to keep our bones and joints healthy and strong. Strength training doesn't just include lifting weights. You can also build strength by doing calisthenics or bodyweight exercises, through the use of resistance bands, or by practicing power yoga. When performing weightlifting exercises, it can be challenging to know what weights to use. General recommendations are that you choose a weight or resistance that allows you to do 1 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions at a time, with the last repetition of each set being challenging. These could vary based on your well-being goals. In addition to the previous recommendations, the Physical Activity Guidelines publish specific recommendations for older adults. When older adults cannot complete the 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity a week due to a chronic condition, they should still try to be as physically active as their current state permits. Older adults should complete exercises that maintain or improve balance to lessen the risks of falls. Working with a professional can determine their level of effort for physical activity relative to their level of fitness. Lastly, those with chronic conditions should talk with their healthcare provider to better understand if and how their condition affects their ability to be physically active in a safe manner. As we saw, the guidelines for aerobic exercise differs depending on if you are exercising moderately or vigorously. What are some activities that you might think count as moderate exercise? Moderately intense activities include walking, shooting hoops, climbing stairs, or playing touch football. Some household chores, like general gardening, washing a car, raking leaves, or shoveling snow, can also count as moderate intensity. What are some activities that you might think count as vigorous exercise? Vigorously intense activities include running, swimming laps, jumping rope, or hiking uphill. Heavy gardening, like digging and landscaping, can also count as vigorous intensity. Although the main focus of physical activity guidelines seem to focus around aerobic exercise and strength training, it is also very important to devote time to flexibility and mobility exercises. In fact, the American Heart Association recognizes flexibility training to be one of the 4 main types of exercise and considers it a vital component to any exercise routine. Stretching keeps muscles flexible and healthy. This is important for maintaining range of motion and avoiding injury when exerting yourself. Staying flexible may also help you to avoid discomfort when sitting down for extended periods of time. When beginning a stretching routine, it is important to keep in mind that it takes time to get flexible, and in some cases, several months. However, over time, the benefits will be worth it. So what best practices should you keep in mind to get you started? Most importantly, make sure you have warmed up or performed dynamic movements before you perform any static stretch. Just a light 5 to 10 minute warm-up works. Here are some tips for static stretching. Remember to relax and breathe normally while stretching. When performing a static stretch, hold each stretch for the count of 10 or for 10 to 30 seconds. Repeat each stretch 3 to 5 times. A stretch should always be smooth and slow, never jerky or bouncy, as this can cause muscles to tighten and may result in injuries. A mild pulling feeling during a stretch is normal. Listen to your body and know the difference between pain and discomfort. If you are experiencing a sharp or stabbing pain or joint pain, you should stop that specific stretch. And lastly, always keep your joints slightly bent, never locked in a straight position, as this can cause injury. We've talked about the benefits of exercise and how much is needed to provide these benefits. But you have probably noticed that we have not suggested any specific varieties of exercise to do yet. That is because there is no one right way to exercise. Exercise will look different for everyone. What might work for some will not work for others. We all have different physical abilities and different interests. What you see in the media may not be appropriate for everyone, so keep that in mind when considering an exercise plan. So, we've made the commitment to start exercising. Now what? Let's talk about what some of your first steps should be to come up with a safe but effective exercise routine. Think safety first. You don't want to have finally started exercising and then get injured shortly after as a result of poor or incorrect form, exercising too much too soon, or doing exercises that may not be appropriate for your goals. As a reminder, you should always consult your doctor or primary care provider before starting a new exercise routine. This is especially important if you are pregnant, an older adult, or haven't been active recently. When you are first starting out, working with a professional can help you ensure that you are exercising safely and limiting your risk of injury. A certified personal trainer or a licensed physical therapist can help you with this. A physical therapist can help you develop an exercise routine if you are recovering from an injury or have muscular imbalances. For individuals who do not have an existing injury or imbalance, you can schedule a session with your personal trainer. Both professionals can teach you how to properly do exercises and structure an exercise session. Helping you to develop a safe, well-rounded exercise plan that you can continue to do on your own is key to success. Motivation plays a role in your initial decision to start exercising and continues in your daily decision to stick with it. Some people enjoy the act of exercising itself or find it relaxing or therapeutic, but many of us do not love exercising just for the sake of exercising. Instead, they want to use exercise to help them reach another goal, such as losing weight, lowering blood pressure, completing a 5K, or simply keeping up with their kids. Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, what truly motivates you? Once you find what you really care about or what really motivates you, go ahead and write that down. Keep this note in a place where you'll see it and be reminded regularly. If you exercise in the morning, a good place for this list could be on your bedside table or next to your alarm clock. If you exercise in the evening, you could keep this list in your exercise bag or in your wallet. When you are struggling, you can look back at your reminder and remember why you wanted to exercise in the first place. We already mentioned this a bit earlier, but it is so important that it deserves its own slide. When you are first starting out, it can be tempting to work out at a high intensity or match what people around you at the gym are doing. However, it's important to listen to your body and ease into things. Doing too much too soon often leads to injuries, which would set back your fitness goals altogether. Plus, it is easy to get discouraged if you find activities too difficult for you at this point in your fitness journey. Start with activities that are appropriate for your current fitness level, and if you are unsure, consult with a fitness professional. Do these activities for 10 to 15 minutes a day and slowly increase in time and intensity over the next few weeks. Go from 15 minutes to 20 minutes to 30 minutes and so on. You can do the same with intensity. Start at an intensity that is fairly easy for you and gradually increase as you find yourself becoming more conditioned. To give an example, if you are new to yoga, it may not be realistic to jump right into a handstand or even touch the floor in a forward fold. Instead, start with simpler postures such as seated poses and standing balancing poses as you get comfortable. Finally, when getting started, it's especially important to be doing something you enjoy and may even find fun. Choose something that you like to do and can physically do. If you enjoy being outside, consider walking, running, or hiking when the weather is nice. If you enjoy moving to the music, try a group fitness class focused on dancing or building strength by moving to the beat. If you like a competition and grew up playing sports, it's not too late to get back on a team. Many areas have community leagues where you can play sports such as basketball, flag football, and soccer. Once you have found a few things you like, create an exercise routine that incorporates all of those activities. Keeping variety in your routine will help you to avoid getting bored and injuring yourself from using the same muscles all of the time. To review, get started with a new exercise program. Remember these 4 components. Think safety first, find motivation, ease into it, and make it fun. When you're trying to make exercise a habit, getting started is only the first step. When exercise is no longer new, but you still have not been doing it long enough to make it a habit, it's important to find things to help you stay on track and keep your routine consistent. Here are some things you can do to get in the groove and consistently stick with your exercise routine over time. Whether you want to get fit or stay fit, everyone can benefit from working toward a specific fitness goal. Having a specific goal in mind gives direction to your workouts, allowing you to shape them in a way that will help you get closer to your goal. A goal also helps you keep focused and committed over time. Set a detailed goal for yourself and write it down. Make it a SMART goal by adding details to make it specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Be specific about what you want to achieve and be realistic about what you can accomplish in a certain amount of time with your physical abilities. Make your goals process-focused, not outcome-focused, so that you can better track your progress over time. What this means is make your goals focused on the actions that you plan to do to ultimately achieve your desired outcome. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness or to lose weight, what are the actions that will get you there? Exercise would definitely be a way to reach this larger goal, but what type of exercise? How many days per week and for how long? You could set a process-focused goal to jog around a local park for 30 minutes, 3 days a week. This specific goal would give you something tangible you can do and measure, and over time will help you achieve your desired outcome. Once you've started an exercise routine, an important part of staying consistent is planning ahead so that you know when, where, and how you'll be exercising ahead of time. Work with your schedule and your preferences. If you're tired after work or work late, then perhaps morning workouts would be a better option than exercising later in the day. If it takes you a while to wake up in the morning, or your mornings are spent getting the kids off to school, then perhaps working out during your lunch break or after work would be best. Find a time of day and location that works for you. You can even schedule exercise appointments on your calendar to remind you of your plans and to help keep you on track. Part of planning ahead is also coming up with a game plan to overcome any roadblocks that you may encounter along the way. We all experience roadblocks from time to time, no matter how good our intentions are. Brainstorm things that could potentially get in the way of your healthy behaviors, and then develop a plan for handling them when they come up. In case you forget to set an alarm for your morning workout, you could have a backup plan to bring your sneakers to work and walk during your lunch break. If you have to travel for a few days, choose a hotel with a gym, or do your favorite YouTube workout in your room instead. Or you could combine tourism with fitness by walking or running around the area and getting to know the town you're visiting. Armed with a plan, you'll know exactly what to do to move past potential roadblocks and continue practicing your healthy habits without falling out of your routine. Social support can make a huge difference in how well we stay on track once we adopt a new routine. Recruit a family member or friend to be an accountability partner. Tell them to check in on you from time to time and ask how things are going. This will help motivate you to stay on track. You'll be less likely to skip out if you have someone counting on you. You don't want to report back that you haven't been making progress towards your goals. Even better, maybe you can find someone to keep you accountable and to work out with you. Working out with a friend or a family member can make exercise more fun and can offer support and encouragement as you practice healthy exercise habits together. Another way to keep yourself motivated and accountable over time is to track your progress. By quantifying and documenting our exercise duration, intensity, and frequency, we can better see our fitness levels improving over time. Tracking and monitoring also allows you to see your progress as you get closer to your fitness goals. Technology has made it particularly easy to track our exercise. Wearable activity devices and smartphone apps can easily track our activity for us, such as steps, activity minutes, etc. But if you prefer a pen and paper, you can simply mark a calendar for the days you exercise, noting what exercise you did and for how long. To review, staying consistent also is made up of these 4 components: working towards a goal, planning ahead, telling friends and family, and tracking your progress. So how can you use the tips we just discussed to plan a routine? One easy way to plan a routine is to print out a blank calendar and add exercises that you enjoy to your schedule based on your interests, goals, and fitness level. Once you have figured things out, you can schedule your workouts in your phone or email calendar as reminders. Remember to choose times, exercises, and locations that work for you. Add variety to your plan. This is especially important once you've been exercising for a while, and it keeps you from getting bored, overusing certain muscles, and continues to challenge your body. The weekly plans that are displayed here are only examples. Your own plan should be personalized to you. When starting out, if you can only fit in 2 or 3 days per week, that's great, since that is what currently works best for you. Try not to feel compelled to add something to your plan just because a friend or a family member is doing it. Regular exercise provides us with many benefits to our health and well-being, including reducing our risk for chronic disease over time. We hope that some of you may be ready to get started with a routine of your own, or at least considering adding exercise to your current lifestyle. It may seem tough to get started and stay consistent with your workouts, but it is possible with a little planning, preparation, positive reinforcement, and social support. Remember the main points from today when moving forward and starting your own routine. Thank you all for joining us for today's seminar.